Well, good morning. It's 6:45 on this Wednesday morning. I'm Nick Wilson.
And I'm Ethan Foreman.
And what can we expect today?
Yeah, we got a pretty nice day ahead, but watch out for some fire danger risk as well as some wildfire smoke out there this morning. That is from the Kansas Flint Hills this morning that we are seeing that smoke from. Total Motors camera in Lamar's, Iowa, showing a little breezy out there this morning too with some clouds. Temperatures right now stationed in the 30s and 40s across the area where we have more clearing and less smoke. It's 32 in Esterville and 34 in Storm Lake, but 49 where we have more clouds and smoke in Norfolk and in Neely, 45 in West Point. Those air quality alerts do remain in effect till 10 o'clock this morning for those that could see that wildfire smoke out in Nebraska, so be aware of that, especially if you have underlying health conditions, and children and elderly will also want to stay inside as well. High temperatures today climbing into the 70s with a warm day ahead. Again, please stay away from burning, and then a severe threat is possible for Thursday with a slight risk for the majority of the viewing area, with large hail being the biggest threat between 4 and 10 p.m. on Thursday. Those details, and I'll time that out for you, coming up in your 9 on 9 forecast.
Well, the trade war with China continues to escalate. Bloomberg reports that Beijing has ordered Chinese airlines to stop buying airline parts from American companies and refuse deliveries of Boeing jets. Boeing is America's largest exporter by dollar value, with suppliers in all 50 states. The ongoing back and forth has led to big swings on Wall Street, with the market ending down again yesterday evening.
This is man-made. This is policy-driven, and it's completely inconsistent. So how do you invest money and have a long-term strategy when the rules are changing almost daily?
President Donald Trump maintains the volatility will eventually be worth it, and at least for now, farmers here in Iowa, where we have one of the highest agriculture export rates in the country, say they hope the situation eventually works out.
We're people that put crops in the ground and wait 4 months for something to happen, so we're kind of learned to be patient.
Trump has hinted he may pause his 25% automobile tariffs, but he has not shared many details just yet. All right, well, here in Siouxland, if you're looking to buy eggs ahead of Easter, prices are finally starting to cool off a little bit in the metro, although they still remain pretty high. We checked the websites of several area grocery stores this morning. The highest price we found was a three-way tie between Hy-Vee, Fairway, and Aldi, with each store showing store brand eggs at $5.49 a dozen. At Target, that dozen eggs is $4.99 this morning, while Walmart currently has the best price we found at $4.47 a dozen. Well, meanwhile, if you have a number 9 birthday coming up, KCAU-9 would love to help you celebrate. We're celebrating the 9s each week right here on Good Day Siouxland. So if you or a loved one is turning 9, 99, or any 9 in between, well, we want to hear about it. So every Thursday morning, we'll share our list of birthday shout-outs. And this week, one lucky person will take home a prize from Crumb Bakery. So if you want to be featured, just go to SiouxlandProud.com and click on Celebrating the 9s under the Contest tab to enter by Tuesday at noon. Now it's time we meet today's Stray of the Day, and it's Still Waiting Wednesday. Every Wednesday, we feature a pet at Sioux City Animal Adoption and Rescue who's been waiting quite some time to find a forever home.
That's right, and this is Domino, a 1 to 2 year old male short hair white and black cat. He was found on the 1100 block of Floyd Boulevard last month. The rescue says he's missing the tips of his ears due to frostbite, but it hasn't hurt his personality any. He's a friendly and outgoing guy that loves people and other cats. Domino is available for adoption now.
If you've lost your pet, you're looking to adopt, or you'd like to sponsor a pet for adoption, you can visit the rescue's website, head over to SiouxCityAnimalRescue.com. Well, Domino sure seems like a nice cat, maybe he'd be a fan of this weather. It's going to be kind of sunny out there today.
Yeah, definitely glad he's okay, but definitely looking like a decent day out there. Just be aware of a little bit of wildfire smoke in Nebraska especially, and also fire danger risk that will still remain as we see some breezy and dry conditions. Satellite and radar shows that warm front off to the north that will slide its way southward as we head through the morning and into the afternoon hours, as we see those clouds trying to move out of the region for the afternoon hours. It's going to be a warm day as we see highs climb into the 70s and potentially even some 80s. By tonight, clouds start to move back in ahead of our next storm system. Yesterday, model runs had a line of some showers and storms to our south, but model runs recently have decreased that threat, so looks like we will continue to stay mostly dry into Thursday morning with some clouds overhead. And this model run has a lot of clouds on Thursday. That's a good thing, because that means that would lower our severe threat if we don't see any clearing happen on Thursday. If we do see that clearing, that'll lead to quite a bit of instability in the atmosphere, and that will spark off some showers and storms, some of which could be strong to severe. So something we'll have to watch carefully on Thursday, with the main threat being that hail, which we'll talk about in a moment. And by 5 p.m. you could see that line giving some showers and storms, but another line moving to our south by 8 p.m. on Thursday. That will be out of here by 10 or 11 o'clock in the evening on Thursday into Friday morning, with just some leftover sprinkles during the daytime on Friday. That severe threat for tomorrow shows a slight risk from Neely toward Vermilion up toward Rock Valley and Rock Rapids off to the east, where we could see hail being the biggest threat from this one, and a significant hail threat from about Staten to Sioux City, Lamar's, Spencer, and Esterville off to the east. That means up to 2 inches in diameter sized hail is possible, which is the size of a hen egg. We could see some isolated 50 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts and perhaps maybe a tornado or two, but flooding looking unlikely. Again, timing between about 4 and 10 p.m. And flooding, again, not a concern, as we see rainfall amounts generally only 1/10 or 2/10 of an inch for most. Sunny, warm, and breezy today with that wildfire smoke to the west. High of 79 degrees, gusts up to 30 miles per hour out of the southeast. Increasing clouds, warm with isolated storms tonight as we drop down to 54. Your 9 on 9 forecast showing that severe chance on Thursday, with temperatures taking a tumble into Friday. Behind that, clearing out with a nice day coming up on Saturday, but some more rain chances, perhaps an isolated storm on Easter Sunday. Looking quite soggy next week, but you see all those rain chances all the way through Thursday. Keep in mind that most of that will not be reflected on our drought monitor until Thursday, May 1st. Still some rain chances continuing through at least Thursday, April 24th.
Now we turn to sports, where we've got more hockey playoff action and a small dose of high school soccer, all from right here in the Metro. Anthony Mitchell has the highlights right here in your morning sports wrap.
Good morning, Siouxland. The regular season has come and gone for the Sioux City Musketeers as they turn the page to the playoffs, beginning its quest for the Clark Cup last night at home against Fargo. Sioux City comes into the series opener winning 7 of its last 10. Fargo in search of its first road win since March 17th. Starting off here 8 minutes into the first, it's Drake Murray with a slap shot out by the blue line. Musketeers take an early lead. How about that for a welcome to the playoffs moment? Less than 2 minutes later, Sioux City causing a commotion in the crease. It's Trey Jeffress with the open net. Muskies go up a pair. Liam Hupka adds a third goal. Drake Murray with another from deep. Sioux City leads 4-0 going into the first intermission. Harvard commit with his first multi-goal game as a Musketeer, making an impact in his first USHL playoff game. Second period, Nikita Klepov joining the party. Sioux City rolling up 5-0 in the third period. 3 minutes in, Liam Hupka on the breakaway and breaking hard. Lays the handle, finds the back of the net to make it 6-0. The captain cooking. Sioux City takes game 1 over Fargo 7-0.
Significant, man. These are tough games to win. Fargo's got a really good team over there, and give our guys max credit for coming out and being sharp early and finding ways to score some goals.
The score looks like it was, probably looks like they quit, but they didn't. They kept coming to the very last whistle, especially in the third period. So, yeah, I mean, you can definitely feel the difference.
Played 62 games to be ready for a playoff, and I mean, we played the best games in the end. So, because we trust in the process and our progress.
Game 2 will take place tonight at the Tyson Event Center at 7:05 p.m. Just 3 MRAC boys soccer teams remain undefeated headed into the night last night. Sergeant Bluff, Luton, and both teams taking the pitch at Memorial Field as Bishop Heelan hosts Sioux City West. Both teams have only allowed 1 goal apiece. Crusaders feature 2 of 2A's top 5 goal scorers in Sergio Mijangos and Andres Gonzalez. The Crusader duo looking to connect here again, but great save by Aerith Pinedo. He pounces on the deflection. Busy night in goal for the Wolverines keeper. Just minutes later, Mijangos on the move. Bellevue signee buries his 14th goal of the season. Crusaders claim sole possession of first in the MRAC with a 7-1 victory. That's your look at sports. Have a good day, Siouxland.
Now let's take a look at this morning's top stories. What you need to know before you go. Iowa lawmakers are looking to make it harder to raise state income taxes in the future. The Iowa Senate approved a proposed constitutional amendment along party lines yesterday. The proposal would require a 2/3 majority vote in both chambers of the state legislature to change individual and corporate income tax rates. Republicans say the proposal will leave more money in the paychecks of hardworking Iowans, but Democrats worry the state will just end up taking your money through other tax routes whenever revenue comes up short.
You are defining that as a loss of revenue to the state of Iowa, when actually it's a gain in income to every one of our constituents.
What you've done is set this state up for probably one of the largest sales tax increases we will ever see.
The measure does not have to pass this year to eventually go on Iowans' ballots. It could pass next year instead. Well, meanwhile, first responders in the Hawkeye State are one step closer to having expanded health care coverage for cancer. Right now, that coverage only applies to 14 kinds of cancer, but a bill that passed unanimously in the Iowa House yesterday would expand it to cover all cancers. The bill has already passed in the Iowa Senate with just 1 vote against. Iowa firefighters have been working toward this moment for years. They're glad it's finally moving forward, but they're also mourning their friends who didn't make it to see this day.
It always sounds cliche, but they were just the best guys in the world. I mean, they were good firefighters, they were good people, good husbands, good dads. They just really set the bar high for everybody else. And so, you know, to say this has been a lift, but it's been a really easy lift knowing that it's in memory of those 2 guys.
The legislation now heads to Governor Kim Reynolds' desk and will let you know if she signs it into law. Well, back in the metro, officials recounted 2 races from North Sioux City's special election, and one of the results has now flipped. Last week, we reported David Wilch won the 1-year city commissioner seat by 2 votes. However, after yesterday's recount, the winner of that race is now Vincent Tucker by 2 votes. The 4-year city commissioner race also saw a recount. Lynn Hoffman is still the winner for that seat. A canvassing meeting on those races is expected to happen sometime this week. And finally, there's an update for anybody who drives on US 75 between Merrill and Hinton. A project between the Iowa DOT and BNSF Railroad wrapped up 3 days ahead of schedule. So the road is no longer entirely closed, but the next leg of reconstruction work is now getting started. As of yesterday afternoon, traffic is running head-to-head in the northbound lanes, so work can be done on the southbound side. DOT officials say don't expect a pause in the project until winter. Well, one last check on that forecast. We do have plenty of sunshine today.
Yeah, we do, but be careful of some wildfire smoke, as well as also seeing that fire danger risk still remaining as we see a high temperature of 79 degrees, sunny, warm, and breezy, dropping down to 54 tonight with a few showers, maybe an isolated storm. Better chances between 4 and 10 p.m. on Thursday. If you missed those severe chances, check out our website, SiouxlandProud.com, or check my Facebook page. You can also tune in throughout Good Morning America and at 11:30 this morning.
Yeah, overall, plenty of rain chances coming up in the near future.
Yeah, and the soggiest day in the 9 on 9 is Easter.
All right. Well, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day.